Hello friends, good morning. I am back myself, Dr. Yahya Khan, back with some another aspects regarding the botany. Today we are going to discuss about learning objectives of plant sciences. In this objective, we have to study the basic plant processes that affects the plant growth or that helps the plant growth. Then after that, the classification system of botanical nomenclature, then distinguish between monocot and dicot plants, then recognize the plant parts and their function and specialized terms. Then after that particular objective also recognize the basic parts of plants, their function and terms, and how plant morphology helps to classify and identify them. This is the objective when we are studying about the botany. In that first part is introduction. In that we have to study what is exactly the botany. It is nothing but it is the scientific study of plants. In that scientific study it includes classification, evolution and structure of plant. In that structure of plant there is a external structure and internal structure. The external structure it is called morphology of plant or morphology, and internal structure it is known as anatomy of plants. And also scientific study includes physiology, the growth parts of the plant, means how the plant processes in the formation of their food, that is nothing but it is the physiology. Then ecology, the surroundings of the plant, the environment of the plant and where it is located and how it is been calculated, that is nothing but it is the ecology. And the uses of plant, in case of medicinal plant, in case of aromatic plant, in case of ornamental plants. So uses we can see. So also it is also been known as plant science or plant biology. But there is a major difference in case of horticulture in the botany. So horticulture it is nothing but it is the art and science of cultivating plants, not the natural growing plants. So that is the difference in between the horticulture and the botany. Then what is science? Science is nothing but it is a study of something. It may be plant, it may be animal, it may be organism, it may be chemical, it may be physics. It is nothing but it is study of something. It is nothing but it is called as a science. In that it distinguishes between different parts. As I say, there are different parts, different areas, different streams, different faculties. These are nothing but these are the science. So most try to understand all parts and functions and need to understand the roles of and influence of the parts to have in each other, and then how the ability to manipulate the parts to change the whole, that is nothing but it is the science. And horticulture it is nothing but it is the manipulator of nature, means artificially the plants are been cultivating, artificially their propagation is been took place, artificially their reproduction is been took place. That is nothing but it is the horticulture, it is the manipulator of the natural growing plants. Then what is plant? That is the basic one. The plant is nothing but it is a photosynthetic multicellular organism containing photosynthetic pigment called as chlorophyll, and then capable of making their own food in the form of sugar, in the form of carbohydrate, in the form of glucose, and sorting it usually in form of starch. As I say, there is a formation of starch. It is nothing but it is the sugar molecules that have been present in the photosynthesis process or synthesized in the photosynthesis plant. Then the plant processes. The photosynthesis is nothing but it is conversion or the turning of light energy into the carbohydrate, that is a chemical energy, and it is transported and stored by the plant. Then that particular general reaction, as we know, in case of photosynthesis, there is a 6 CO2 plus 6 H2O, then light, there is a formation of glucose, sugar, that is C6H12O6, and 6 oxygen, that is in the evolved. C, the process of photosynthesis, absorption of water and minerals from the soil and absorption of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. There is a sunlight and there is a formation of glucose. There is a source from where it has been taken, the reference. Plant process, another part in the plant process, that is respiration. In that respiration, the carbohydrates are broken down into energy in the respiration process. When the carbohydrates are being synthesized or the glucose are being synthesized in the process of photosynthesis, at that time in the respiration process, they are being broken down and turned into or form into the energy, and these energy are being formed in the respiration process, and these we can say as a non-light dependent reactions, that is 6CO2 plus 6O2 is equal to formation of carbohydrate, there is 6CO2, 6H2O gets separated, and there will be a energy, formation of energy. See, the plant growth. The plant growth consisting a balance between the plant growth, how the reactions are being took place in the daytime and the night time. So photosynthesis, as we know, it is a light reaction. Index produces food, energy stored, occurs in cells that containing the chlorophyll pigments. Oxygen is released and CO2 is used. It occurs in light as the light dependent reaction. And in case of respiration, it uses food for energy, or respiration took place, food, uses carbohydrate to form the energy. Then energy has been released and that particular respiration occurs in the cell, as we know. The mitochondria, the formation of energy, there is a CO2 fixation is been there, and oxygen is being used and carbon dioxide is produced. It occurs in dark reaction or light reaction also. Then see the relation between the growth, photosynthesis, respiration, less than, greater than or equal to. So this is the balance in case of photosynthesis and respiration. The another process of plant, it is a transpiration. So transpiration is nothing but it is a process by which moisture is carried out through the plants from roots to small leaf pores, and it is been released into vapor into the atmosphere. Means the general scientific definition, as we know, transpiration, the water is removed in the form of vapor from the aerial parts of the plants. It is nothing but it is also called as a transpiration. So in that transpiration, the leaf pores and these small opening pores are being called as a stomata. These are present on the upper as well as lower epidermis of the leaf system. So they are being helpful in the transpiration process. Factors that increase the transpiration. Which factors are being responsible to increase the respiration process? In that respiration process, the warm temperature that helps the transpiration process, then bright sunlight, then low humidity, wind, moist soil, and dry wilt. So these are been the factors that are been helpful in case of the increase in the transpiration process. The part second, it is first is the plant process, physiology, metabolism. In that physiology, there is a photosynthesis, respiration, and transpiration. And in case of plant classification, the second part of the basic botany, it is the classification, naming, identification, description. It has been known as it is a taxonomy. So the taxis, in case of taxis, it is the arrangement in Greek word, and nomos means the rules. The arrangement rules, it is nothing but it is called as a taxonomy. The biological classification and hierarchical arrangement. So in case of kingdom, as we know, there is a kingdom, phylum, or you can write division of that particular plant. Then class, it should be written as Opsida, or division is to be write as Phyta. These are some rules. Then order should be suffix with alias like pendanels, है ना, gymnospermials, like that. There are so many orders that you can consider in case of writing the name of the order with suffix alias. There is a rule in case of when we are writing the family name of any of the plant. So that family name, it is ACEAE, that is AE, it is the pronouns suffix. And when we write the name of the genus, the capitalization and italicization, there is been means that particular genus should be start with capitalized word, capital word, and then after that particular species is been written as in lowercase, and in case of it may be italic condition or italic font. Then that particular the family, genus, species are the most rank, means when we are writing the name of the plant, it should be written as the genus name, species name, and the family name. So this is nothing but it is a classification system. See the botanical classification. In that botanical classification, after that, after the species or below the species level, there are subspecies or the variety. You know. So in case of it is naturally occurring, or now the hybrid varieties, so many varieties are being produced. In case of when we take the example of Helianthus debilis, the subspecies is Cumuliferus, Cumurifolius, and then cultivar. So these are the non-essential in case of hierarchical classification system. Then afterwards, in plant classification process, these classifications are informal, formal classification with a hierarchical, and informal classification system with life cycle, annual, biennial, perennial. Life stages: embryonic, juvenile, transitional, reproduction, dormancy, senescence. These are the life stages. Means embryonic means formation of embryo. Then juvenile, young stage. Transitional, some phases are being changed in the growth. Then reproduction, formation of reproductive parts. These are nothing but these are comes under the life stages. Then dormancy period in case of seeds, and senescence in case of leaf. Then latitude, what will be the latitude of that particular plant? It may be Arctic region, it may be temperate region, tropical region, subtropical region, likewise. Then afterwards, the usage, the fruits are being used, vegetables are being used, ornamental, fiber, dye, medicinal, forage, spices. So all they are nothing but these are the usage of the plants. Then afterwards, growing or flowering, warm season, cool season, wet season, dry season. Some differences in case of the cycle, growth phases. These are comes under the growth phases, where that particular growth has been took place. So I think so. This is the lecture. In next lecture we will continue from this point. Thank you very much.